Hey, hey, good morning, folks, and welcome to Swing Trading Today. This is Bob Desmond, and this is the aftermath of yesterday's FOMC rate decision, and we're going to revisit the charts. So it is at current 4:59 in the AM Eastern Standard Time. Let's get to it. We're going to go over first the strength of the U.S. dollar, which yesterday had a strong showing after the Fed raised rates. However, overnight, the US dollar has pulled back, broken down, and we are now probing close to the lows of yesterday. So, quite the turnaround overnight in the US dollar. Now, you would think that with the dollar pulling back, that you would have gold behaving very strong. And no such case this morning. Because here's gold. Gold is down $11 the ounce. We are off of the lows. So gold still holding above the 1500 mark, but some real serious volatility in gold and in the US dollar. Let's take a quick look at the price of crude. Now, crude is stabilizing some. We are up 27 cents, just shy of, we just hit a half percentage point, which is a sign, but I'm not confident that we are done going down here. This is setting up to be similar to a bull flag setup on a 4-hour basis anyway. So I'm not getting the warm and fuzzies about gold just yet. Now, the S&P mid caps, 4-hour basis, these are all going to be 4-hour charts. And what we're seeing here is a bullish reversal bar. And what I would be looking for this morning is a breakout on the mid caps, despite the fact that we are down a bit here. Let's take a look at the S&P 500. Now, the S&P 500 was able to flash a bullish reversal bar yesterday. We're holding the 3,000 mark, but we do have what was the prior lower band of support now acting as a bit of resistance, this line here in red. So I'll be watching where I short or looking to get short of the market. I'll be watching for a break below this lower band of support. RSI in a downtrend, but on a daily basis, obviously the daily basis is going to take precedence over a 4-hour chart. Moving on to the NASDAQ. NASDAQ is down around a quarter point, percentage-wise. We did see a reversal bar earlier. This bar here just opened up. We did manage to recapture a support level. So we're seeing signs of hope here for the NASDAQ. Now, there's not much in terms of news this morning. What I would concern myself with a little bit, not much really, is the Bank of England report on rates. I wouldn't concern myself all too much with Justin Trudeau's brown face. His brown face issue, the arrogant guy that he is. Um, I digress. I just can't stand that boy man. So the futures markets are looking fairly stable this morning. I would just concern myself with my positions. Obviously, we're leveraged to the gold markets. We're looking for a rally in gold. We did see a move higher, a breakout on a daily basis on the price of gold. The miners did what we expected them to do, and they pulled back and they did a retest of the breakout point from the prior day. Let's see what else we have going on here. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Yeah, it broke. We are down below the 10,000 mark. Trying to bounce back here, but Bitcoin is not looking good. While I revisit a couple of these charts, if there are any symbols out there you want me to take a look at, I'd be more than happy to do so for taking the time out to visit me. So please. Let's drill down here a little bit. 30-minute chart. Yeah, we're becoming oversold on a 30-minute basis. This would help, right? It's so early. I'm sorry, folks. We're a bit oversold here. I would expect a rally back in the next few minutes. As we scroll through, I want to take a look at the bond market. The bond market right now is what scares me, in that if the price of this, in this case here, this is a 10-year treasury bond, and as it continues higher, if it continues higher, that's going to put pressure on our gold position. So I am watching it. You can see that we became a little bit oversold relative to the third standard deviation Bollinger Band here in red. We're pulling back a bit now, but we're still up on the session. The 10-year. We had a nice bounce back. So ideally, we get a breakout here on the 10-year bond price. Hey Arthur, how you doing, man? DVAZ and DGAZ, or is it the DGAZ? That's a typo. Let's bring it up. I'm going to bring up another chart here. All right. Gotcha. Okay. No worries, brother. It's early. Believe me, I'm not firing on all cylinders right now either, so it's all good. All right. Nat gas, more coffee will help. Nat gas, the inverse, you're looking to short it. Um, yeah, this is a tough one here. We spoke about this the other day about nat gas. Would I want to short it? All right, so here are my concerns with shorting the UGAZ or shorting nat gas is that we are at current trading above a weekly breakout on nat gas. So I would be concerned about us holding that support level and then you waking up next week only to see a continuation breakout, maybe get a retest the following week, and then we proceed higher. So I would need to see on a weekly basis. You know, we only have today's Thursday. We have 2 trading days left to go. Not much longer in this trading week to identify whether or not we're going to hold support here. So I would be looking for a break of this support, and if you get that, maybe you could scratch the itch on the DGAZ. Let's go to I'm looking at the long ETF to give me an idea better of whether or not I would want to short this ETF. So now on a weekly basis, DGAZ is losing momentum. We have both lines on Stokes down below the 50 level and declining. We're bouncing off of the 2 standard deviation Bollinger Band a little bit. Let's take a look at the chart on a hourly basis. I'm not liking the trade right now to short nat gas because in my head all I'm thinking about is the fact that we're trading above a weekly support level and that we remain in a downtrend on pretty much all the time frames on the DGAZ. So I wouldn't go buying it just yet. I would wait for a break of the weekly support on the UGAZ, and then I would look closer. I wouldn't necessarily buy it just simply because of a break of weekly support. I would need to see a little bit more validation, meaning maybe a continuation breakdown next week on nat gas. So I wouldn't go shorting it right now, simply put. I think bonds are the most overbought things in the world. Hey Trent, how you doing, man? Good morning. Yeah, it's scary. It's very scary how this bond market is right now. Do you talk about USO yet? I spoke about oil. I can go back to it. No big deal. And we could bring it up in the pre-market. And should guess yep. OIL. Okay. OILD. All right. Yep. You got it, man. All right. So, hey, folks, if you know, for those who aren't subscribed, can I ask you to click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell? Maybe give a like, please, if you watch this on YouTube. Wow, OILD really took it on the chin here. So we have a dead cat bounce. We have Stokes, which is still declining here. Uh, I, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't go shorting crude right now. Yeah. So here's what the markets are sending us a signal here, right? In that what we have is a dead cat bounce, and we're seeing a lot of topping action here. And granted, this is on I think this is a 2-hour chart here. Quite volatile, not my favorite time frame to use. But as we proceed into the morning, this would concern me were I looking to open up a new position here, or where, if I had a current position. If I had a current position, I'd be looking to probably stop out on a break below this lower band of support. When would I be a buyer? I don't know. Not quite yet though. I would need to take a closer look at oil. And if you take a look at oil, you can see, and this is again on a 2-hour basis, it's beginning to show signs of strength on Stokes. Granted, both lines on Stokes down below the 50 level, but keep in mind this is a 2-hour chart, very volatile. The RSI stabilizing at the 50 mark. We're seeing some strength in the pre-market already. And you can see a lot of bottoming action here at the $12 per share level. So I wouldn't go shorting oil just yet because it looks like we may get a pop. And frankly, we are, let's go over to the pre-market. Yeah, so this is simply a 30-minute basis. I'll pull back a bit, but you can see we're beginning to break out here. On a 30-minute basis. Again, very volatile, but that's 3/4 of a percentage point higher. Let's pull back, take a look at a 4-hour basis. You know, I'm not in love with this pattern here, but it's pressing higher. I wouldn't go leaning into. I wouldn't go buying or shorting oil right now. If we begin to break this lower band of support here on a 4-hour basis, not necessarily a 2-hour basis, you may want to look to open up a position at that point in time. But right now, too much risk, not enough reward. Nugget. All right, so Nugget did pretty much what we expected it to do, and that was, let's go to my save chart here. All right, so Nugget broke out here on the 17th, and the question that we had in the Wednesday private session with members was that, well, the question was, what would happen if we got the quarter point cut? My comment on that question was that in all probability, we would pull back because everybody was expecting a quarter point cut. We had already had a nice move in anticipation of that cut. We got the cut, and what do? I expected to pull back and a retest of support. Granted, it pulled back a little bit further than what I had anticipated, but we managed to close above this breakout point again. Do I think that we're going straight up here for Nugget? No. And I said that last night on Market Wrap. I don't think so. And the proof in the pudding is gold. Gold in the pre-market is down. It's bouncing back a bit. Now, I do like the price of, this is the end of day close as of yesterday on gold, in that we sold off. The knee-jerk reaction was wrong, as it usually is. I wish they would do away with these Fed meetings. They're ridiculous, these press conferences. They have to end them. Jay Powell, he probably means well, but he's horrible at messaging. So the shares of gold yesterday broke out above this upper band of resistance. So I think that we may just may be seeing the setup for a pullback and a retest here of the breakout. We'll see whether or not it holds. The interest rate gods, I believe, longer term are going to see these markets press on the gold. They're going to see gold press up higher because it's real money in the end. Gold is real money. Silver is real money, not necessarily at current, the US dollar. So we have a breakout in RSI. We have a U-shaped recovery on gold. Let's go back to the NUGT. As you requested, we'll go to a 2-hour chart. So not the prettiest of closes. It was optimistic that we closed off the lows of the session. It really was. It was great to see. But we didn't recapture critical support at the $32 per share level. So right now, I'm just watching and waiting. I'm not looking to buy anymore. I need to see strength before I would go adding any more to the NUGT position. Guys, I'm going to head over to the gym. Thanks for stopping by. Everybody have a great morning, profitable day, and I'll see you on the charts. Be well.